All right, this is the lever lab. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little hand sanitizer on my hands just to make sure that any of the germs on my hands do not get onto the lab equipment. All right, so at this table, there's going to be this lever with the meter stick, and the fulcrum is going to be at that center point, that 50 centimeters. Now, there's going to be a 1 kilogram or 10 newtons pulling down 10 centimeters from the fulcrum, right? So that's going to be at the 40 line, right? So that's 10 newtons pulling down 10 centimeters or 0.1 meters away from the fulcrum. Now, also at the table, there's going to be a 500 gram mass or 0.5 kilogram mass, which is going to be 5 newtons that'll pull down, and a 200 gram mass or 2 newtons that's going to be pulling down. So the idea is that you're going to take these two masses and I want to balance this lever. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 200 kilogram mass and I'm going to try to balance it. So I'm just going to set it on there. Well, notice that the 1 kilogram mass is still on the table, right? So I need to go out. I need to go out farther. Well, it's still not quite. Okay, there we go. I'm getting there. Ooh, there we go. Probably right about there, right? So you can kind of see. Oh, a little bit too far that way. It is very finicky, right? But you can see now that the fulcrum is balanced, right? Or the lever is balanced, right? So I've got 10 newtons down 10 centimeters away, and then I've got 2 newtons pulling down, which is going to be, it's at about 97 centimeters. So what that is that's going to be about 47 centimeters away from the fulcrum, 0.47 meters. That's what needs to be recorded. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take that 200 or that 2 newton mass off, and you're going to put the 500 gram, that 5 newtons pulling down. Well, notice, now as far as it's pulled down on this side. So what I need to do is I need to move this inward until it's going to be balanced. So it might be, okay, I'm getting kind of close there. Might have balanced it. Okay, there we go, right? So it looks like I balanced it, and you can see here it's at the 70 centimeter mark. So that means it's 20 centimeters or 0.20 meters away from the fulcrum, right? So I've got 5 newtons pulling down at 0.2 meters, and I've got 10 newtons pulling down at 0.1 meters. All right, so the next part of this lab is there's going to be another meter stick with one of those little clamps on the very end. Now what you're going to do on this one, you take this weight off. We're going to need that 1 kilogram mass for this one, right? So we can sort of get this out of the way so you can see. So the idea behind this is that we're going to lift this mass off the table with the wrist. Now what you want to do is you want to start it with your hand all the way at the other end. You loop it around there, and then you're going to try to just lift that mass, right? So notice that, I'm applying that effort all the way down here, and I'm trying to lift this 1 kilogram mass with this, right? And you can see here, I can kind of lift it, right? But it is a very struggle. Now what you do is you slowly move your hand in. Okay, you lift it. Okay, well, it's getting a little bit easier, right? Then you come in. Okay, well, now it's getting a lot easier, right? And the more I go, I can tell, okay, well, now it's just getting a lot easier to actually just lift this, right? The closer I get. Now, that didn't change the force that's going down. What I did was I just changed where my hand was, right? That sort of changed like where the fulcrum and where the effort was being applied to the load. So last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little hand sanitizer on my hands. And once again, this has been the Lever Lab.